It's on. It's on. So look what I just thought about. This shit here. These motherfucking people here something else, man. I just thought about it because 4th of July is approaching us. You know, the big celebration and shit and stuff. So, because I love history, you feel me? And I'm just thinking, I'm just thinking. So as history goes, there's a certain ethnic group of people that's on this island right now, North America, right? They over here, right? But they ain't always been here, right? So they got here with the discovery of their family member. They say his name Chris. So Christopher Columbus, 1492. Okay. Before that, where was they at? And what was over here on this island before they discovery? Because make no mistake about it, they just discovered this island in 1492. So if they just discovered this island, you feel me? And they pretty much they like, yeah, when we got here, is people are already here. They gave them food and everything. So just back up real quick though. So them people stole ships and they sailed here in 1492. Now, that wasn't even no clean getaway. They goofy ass was into it with whoever they stole them ships from, man. And they got over here, and they brought war to our shores. See what I'm saying? So no wonder they were so thirsty to take the land, because that means if they able to get more land, they able to spread in numbers and populate and be able to defend what they already knew was coming. They already knew this was coming. Now, peep what they do. 1492, when Columbus got off the ship, he was greeted by nations and tribes. Right? So nations and tribes, right? So Columbus get his goofy ass off the ship halfway dead already. Him and whoever came with, and they were speaking Gaelic. By the way, they weren't speaking English, or they weren't speaking none of the nation tribe natural or original tongue, the indigenous people. They weren't speaking that either, right? So, and y'all know how it is when you trying to talk to a Mexican and they don't speak English. Depending on what you trying to convey to that Mexican, you might even have to act out some shit like tap your head or point at some, Nowadays they got devices and all that, but we got to think about 1492 when there wasn't all this technology and mail and all that. We got to think about 1492, right? Wasn't no text messages. Hey, folks, we found somewhere. This is a slow process we got to think about and take into consideration. We got to take this into consideration because 4th of July is approaching. And that's a day that is celebrated for independence. Right? So, Big Tezo just wanted to know a few things. I got questions. So I just want to bring my questions to the platform. See what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking something don't make sense. Yeah, something don't make sense. So we going to go through this shit together. Because the history that I was taught, something that makes sense. Okay? So, now, these motherfuckers get off the ship speaking whatever they speaking, sick, half dead, too. Their ass was dying on the ship. Ain't no telling. They probably tossed all the dead bodies over the boat on their way over here. But they was dying. They was in bad shape, man. Let's just put it like that, man. They was in bad shape, But they made it. They discovered us. So when they discovered my ancestors, can't say ours because that make it like it's everybody ancestry, and that's a problem because everybody blood don't originate from this soil pre-discovery. See, everybody is not entitled to the same rights as others that's on this soil right now. So who should be celebrating 4th of July? Let's talk about it. We finna talk about that shit right now, real quick. And I'm gonna make it real quick. I just got something I want to record, and I'm out of TikTok. Go record that shit for me and save it. Then I can come back to it. But look, so it's the 4th of July coming up, and that's a day for independence. Independent means free. Independent means sovereign. Liberty is something I'm missing. Freedom, liberty, emancipation. That's what independence means. Okay, let's talk about that shit. Fuck is you talking? So, Columbia now, they stole their ships. They found their way to America. Now, buddy, now who they stole them ships from was on their ass. That's the part of the story that they not telling y'all. They found their goofy ass over here and wanted them taxes. Okay? Y'all got to understand taxes. Let's understand taxes around this bitch. Columbus now, they remember, they came over here and told us they wanted to be free from religious persecution. They wanted to be free from taxes because the king's courts over there was ripping them off. Okay? The law that they use over there where they came from is what they brought with them. Okay? Also, keep that in mind. Right? So they came over here. Now, these people had their own little society. No matter how little of them it was, they was relatives. That's what we gonna call them. Whether they was family or not, they was relatives because they made that journey together. They bonded together. They made it here together. That what made me think. Now, what flag did Christopher Columbus have on his boat then? If he fled Britain or England or wherever the fuck the chump from, wherever they came from, what flag did he have on his ship when he got here? I'm gonna have to do some research. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. But anyway, so they made it here. And they still banded together and created their own little society to defend that society. Of course, they gonna want to keep their right to bear arms. They know whoever they stole them ships from might end up finding their ass. And they did. And what happened when Christopher Columbus, what happened when they got found? It was a war, wasn't it? The king, it was a war. The motherfuckers that ran over here on them first ships was into it with wherever they came from. So when them other motherfuckers made it over here, they like, oh, that go buddy number right there. Fuck you talking about? Hey. They get into it, but they on our land now. Now, this is an international matter now because they brought their shit over here, right? So the British Navy, or the English Navy, or whoever the fuck they was in, that is where a lot of the answers is at, man. Whoever was into it with them motherfuckers that came over here and was at war with wherever they came from. Keep in mind, the people who they discovered when they got here had nothing to do with that war, because it ain't had nothing to do with them. The war was between the motherfuckers who wanted to be free, right? The people who they discovered over here was already free. See? Peep. Hold on. Big Tezo cooking, because I'm thinking. My boy just gave me some inspirational substances influence deep concentrated thinking around this bitch, because something ain't making sense. Because them the same motherfuckers that like they want slavery. They want to be free, but also they believe in cracking the whip across your motherfucking ass, because they don't want to work. Okay, yeah, keep that in mind too. Because 1492, this was before civil rights and all this other shit that we got to deal with, these imposters over here. See, I'm taking it back to when them bitches first got here. They was already trouble. When they first got here, they was trouble, and they brought trouble with them. So what they did was they befriended our ancestors enough. They finessed our ancestors. We just gonna call it what it is. Because they knew they needed food. They needed shelter. Shit. They needed civilization. They needed somewhere to live. They needed land. They needed survive. They needed cooperation. Which is why they pay homage to our ancestors on their corporate seals. On their corporate seals, you could see the ship and you could see the shore. A lot of the times you're going to see the Native Americans standing on the land watching the ship approach. Go look at any seal, they corporate seal that say we was incorporated on this day. Look at they seal. They pay homage to the originals in a way, in a small look, but it's enough for us to peek in like, hold on, fuck is you talking about? So they came over here, finessed our ancestors. Now they saying they us. No, that's a big international problem, because the rest of the world knew that this land was already inhabited. But what they did when they came over here, set up their society, that society became their government. So the lies that they was telling became their government. That was 1492. Between 1492 and the 1900s. So the 1900s was the phase where they didn't got over here and kicked their motherfucking feet up. They got comfortable now. They done had kids and shit. They done learned how to farm the land because our ancestors showed them. They finessed their way on this bitch good. They traveled on this bitch, moved around, spread around. 1492. They just got here. You see it. So now, the thanks we get, the thanks our ancestors get, is by them being here, and the motherfuckers that came here looking for them, they never stopped pursuing them. So what happened was, since they ran over here, they made it hot. They made the block hot when they ran over here, because it was already civilized over here. We was already good, plush, fruit abundant. But we in the Bible, this land over here that they talk about is in the Bible. This farmland over here, North America. Everybody know about this land right here. It's fruitful. There's a lot of fruit that could be found on this continent where it used to be. But you know what happened when they got here? Rules started to change. Our ancestors gave them 10 square miles for them to be able to set up a little town, a little city. What they do? They took that 1 mile and they ran with it. That 10 mile and they ran with it. Now, this is so bogus, bro. The government that the black people is voting for is their shit. That's their shit. It don't belong to us, and we was never supposed to be a part of their government. We was always supposed to be separate. But what happened was these evil motherfuckers came over here, got comfortable, and they started to bite the hand that feed them. Ain't no other way to put it. That's what the fuck happened. They start unaliving our ancestors off the battlefield at that. So the rules of engagement, they was breaching that. So who is they? Well, our ancestors, the Indian wars, record the original indigenous tribes having to go to battle with the United States Army. Them generals, Custer and all them motherfuckers, they were slaughtering the indigenous tribes that was here when they ancestors discovered us over here already. So it went from the federal government to the states, because the states is in a contract that they call in the union with the government, with the federal government. So it's like, if you a part of that, then you can't serve two masters. See what I'm saying? And you ain't free, for one. Them people there don't believe in you being free. They just want to be free. To them, you being free mean free labor. They get to take you for free. That's what free to them mean. Freedom to them mean we ain't have to pay for your ass, but we still getting labor out of you. That's what land of the free. That's what they mean. Free people, free bodies. That's called human trafficking these days. But just in case anybody else has been paying attention in history, this has always been their MO, right? They always been pro-slavery, which is the same thing as servitude. They didn't come up with it. These Caucasians didn't come up with the concept. They got their own concept. Slavery and involuntary servitude, or being bonded, is nothing new. That also is in the Bible. You have servants. Servants is as old as royalty. So, I mean, but it's an honorable way to serve, and then there's a dishonorable way. So the thing about it is, they unwelcomed on this bitch. But they government that got so big, they don't went around the world proclaiming they government to everybody, got the whole world thinking that everybody that's over here is part of them. Except the recognized Indian, what they call civilized tribes. That story alone ought to let y'all know that it was some fuck shit going on. It was way more than just 5 tribes. Way more. When them bitches first discovered this land over here, the land was full of tribes. From California to Florida to up to New York, all the way back to the other. This was our shit. Wasn't no Caucasians or Europeans on this continent before 1492. Let's not forget that. Cause they just got on this bitch and they act like they running it. Fast forward to the civil rights movement. How did we get there? Who was supposedly the motherfuckers that enslaved the darkies? Somewhere along the line, somebody thought it was a good idea to join their shit. I mean, up until then, we was pretty much fighting back. But somewhere along the line, we just started joining them. And that even further confused motherfuckers, because if you look like me and you work for them and you saying you like me, no, nigga. No, see, you people got to understand what treaties are. Them people know what's up, man. The federal government and the state government, man, they know what's up, man. They bogus. You know what I'm saying? They know they bogus, man. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about the little flunkies that go to work and get their check. I'm talking about the ones with the suits, the executors and all them motherfuckers that been in government for 50 years. The motherfuckers that know the secrets. I'm talking about them. They know what's up. They know what the fuck going on. So joining them allowed them to work even better on your motherfucking mind. Yeah, they enslaved the mind through school. That was easy. Man, y'all gave them so much time to prepare for that shit. It was, let us go to school. Let us go to school. They like, man, they not gonna stop. Why don't y'all just let them go to school, but just don't teach them shit? You like, yeah, you know what? It's a swell idea. We'll just tell them anything. It ain't like they know we have to teach them. Big mistake. Big fucking mistake. The civil rights movement was a big fucking mistake. Big. We had no business walking into a burning house. That wasn't gonna help us. Cause them motherfuckers done lied every fucking step of the way. But it shouldn't surprise y'all. Y'all look, so let me, so look, listen to this shit here, bruh. And I don't care who getting mad at this, right? Let's just think back to the civil rights movement, right? If you know these motherfuckers is racist, don't like you, they'll kill you, and they the Klan, and they in government, we talking mayors, we talking police, sheriffs, we talking motherfucking coroners, firemen, all of them was racist. 100% all white police force. And you want to join them thinking, I don't know what they was thinking. So you want to, so joining any of that to me is equivalent to asking for a membership in the KKK. That's like totally the same shit. So the civil rights movement was about black people who want to be free joining a society of people who hate your fucking guts. They hate you. That's what the civil rights movement was about. So what did it accomplish? What did it accomplish? It set us back as people, because that allowed them to open up their schools and be in charge of what's being taught at school. And it's the public school system. Anything public came from them. So yeah, like I'm not saying we wasn't supposed to do nothing. Tezo ain't saying that. Tezo saying, oh, we ain't in no position to be requesting no rights from motherfuckers who hate us. And the thing that I don't like about black motherfuckers is a black motherfucker still on another black motherfucker for the littlest thing. Shoot them, unalive them, drown them, all type of shit. Whatever, bro. Argue, get mad, get upset. It don't matter for the smaller shit, but family, friend, it don't even matter. Motherfucker could make you mad, but we know that this is going on still right now today. Everything started in 1492 with these people. It's an ongoing discovery. So these people that came over here calling themselves us, and they got the rest of the world looking at us. That's why I said we the ones that's saving them, because the rest of the world know who we are, and they know how we get for real. They know our ancestors got a long history. Our ancestors didn't just lay down and let them take this land like what the fuck going on now. That's not even, y'all not gonna do that to y'all need to go look up them Indian wars. Our ancestors was getting busy on their ass. That's why they was losing them battles. That's why we have treaties. If United States was winning their battles against the Indians, it wouldn't be no more Indians. Wouldn't be no treaties either. It just wouldn't be no more Indians. But it was so many of us, they couldn't win, and they knew that. These slicksters negotiated shit that they knew they wasn't even about to honor, bro. Come on, man. Like, these is criminals. The United States government started as criminal activity, bro. How could it be some type of righteous savior type of magnificent government now? I'm missing that. I'm seeing every day just how it looks so much like back then. Every day. So what I'm trying to say is the people might die and change, but the teachings and the doctrine and the belief, the agenda is still the same. And it's working. Like a motherfucker, it's working. People is going to these jobs, they not even getting paid real money. Bro, sis, they tricked us with the bread too. They took our gold. They came over here, saw how much gold we had over here was abundant. They came over here and say, oh, well, it's unlawful to have gold. What the fuck? Y'all keep giving them power over y'all and thinking y'all free, though. That's what I'm confused about. That's what this whole live really about. Because the 4th of July coming up. That's Independence Day. So that independence is celebrated for the war that they won against they ops 1492, and when they had they war, they won their independence. Black motherfuckers ain't had nothing to do with that. Indians either. So I don't know why black motherfuckers is celebrating Independence Day, considering the history. Their independence is our demise. I wouldn't celebrate that shit for the rest of my fucking life. Or Thanksgiving. They need to get the fuck off our land. That'd be something to celebrate. Shit, take all the motherfuckers that want to celebrate that shit with y'all. But, So, the Independence Day is their holiday in their society, in their government, to celebrate their victory over their king that they rebelled against. That's not American history. That's their history. Now they come over here talking about they Americans. They ain't no motherfucking Americans. Trump just ended birthright citizenship. That go all the way back to 1492, bitch. They ain't they ain't Indians either. Stop claiming our shit. This is what this all about, people. Real estate. So you got real estate deals that was negotiated about the divide of North America. 1492. It was real estate deals that was being negotiated in France, England, and all this. So wherever the fuck wherever they from, they know what they did. So then they came up with agreements that they can't hide to divide this land over here. And when they do that, we talking about the type of motherfuckers that got money to send troops over here to enforce the net and bounds that they drafted up with the maps that they got in foreign territory. So really, technically, the United States government is a foreign government to the indigenous people that was already here. They a foreign government. They can't come over here and tell no other motherfucker what to do. So the descendants of the indigenous carry those same birthrights. The problem is, if you join a society, they strip them away from you because they don't want you being able to claim some shit that they over here defending for a whole nother country. And they telling y'all they American government. They got y'all just believing any fucking thing. So right now, this is what Trump doing. Right now, the American government is so full of other foreign people, but they saying they American, so they able to get away with it because they got birthright citizenship. So they able to get away with it because maybe they was born here on this soil or something. But anyway, United States don't have soil. That's the fucking thing. North America got soil. United States don't got no fucking soil. They renting this land over here. So who is the United States really? The seven countries that invaded this motherfucking island, North America, that is the United States. The president ain't even in control. The Congress, they not in control of the United States, man. The people that's in control of the United States is sit on the board of directors for the United States. And that would be the people who split up real estate deals about who about to own this new territory. So the conflict of interest is they was deciding real estate deals about land that was already inhabited. Our ancestors was on this land, every inch of it. So because of those real estate deals, those countries sent people over here on ships and basically invaded this land to protect their interest in it through any means necessary. They act like they care about human life, but they really don't. They want you for your labor. That's it. So if they claiming ownership of the land, then that means whoever living on the land have to do what the landlord says, which is where those taxes is going. So y'all wondering why y'all working so hard and y'all not seeing a return because you're not free. You're a slave voluntarily. So because it's voluntarily, technically you're not a slave because it's voluntary. So that you can't say it's slavery because you're giving consent. So technically it ain't wrong. But I mean, you making it right, but it's still wrong as fuck. Cause they not even paying y'all real money. I mean, them notes is not dollars. They telling you that on that. It say this note is legal tender for all debt, public and private. How the fuck is a Federal Reserve gonna tell you how to discharge your private debt? They don't even have authority to govern private affairs. People, what the fuck is going on here? Y'all about to piss me off, man. Y'all just letting these people do y'all any kind of way. I ain't talking about everybody. If you really a part of that society and you belong there, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about my people. People that look like me. People that hair can lock up like this. People with this skin tone. That's who I'm talking to. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. They really in the way. All the taxes and all that shit is going to motherfuckers who do not even belong here, and they probably ain't never even fucking been here, bruh. You got motherfucking castles and super mansions and shit all over the world. They probably still ain't even never came to America, but they collected percentages. And the more and more I think about it, this motherfucking peace and friendship treaty between Morocco, that shit, man, he one of them motherfuckers too, man. Fuck out of here, man. Ain't no treaty up here. He, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. This our land, nigga. So they came over here and set up their government, reclassifying, renaming shit, but that don't make what they name it no more better than what it already was, what it was already. See what I'm saying? But because the school misinformed everybody, miseducated everybody, well, pretty much everybody that went through school, you fucked up something decent. Like straight up. Not like because of you. It's because of their agenda. It's just how they wanted it to be. They don't want you knowing the truth. If you know the truth, you're a problem for them. Knowing the truth. Because they got away with the lie for so long. They like, we don't need nobody coming along telling the truth. Which is why they hate TikTok. That's why they hate Facebook. That's why they hate Instagram and all these other worldwide web. Because when you find out the truth, you can go in these courts and stand in that bitch and goddamn it, they ass gotta respect it. But they make it so tedious, you gotta know everything, word for word, dot for dot, and they not gonna teach it to you. They don't even allow the truth to be taught, I don't think, about that. They'll teach the truth about, like, low-level mathematics and, you know, like some shit, yeah. But everything, hell no. They basically mix the truth in with a lie. A big lie. Because believe it or not, these people in they shit, they got forms for you to correct your status. As a matter of fact, these motherfuckers got a whole department of corrections for you to correct your status. Yep. That's what the Department of Corrections really for. Remember the freedmen bureaus and all that type of shit like that? The Dawes rolls and all that type of shit like that? All that. That's what the Department of Corrections come from. Shit like that. Because they know, and you don't even supposed to be locked up. It's a such thing called rights and immunity. Our immunity don't come from them. When they get to fucking with us, they want your ID because they want to know if you saying you something that they gave you an identity. They gave you that shit. If they gave it to you, they can control you. If they didn't, because authority comes from the author. Okay? Authority comes from the author. Whoever authored the law that you identify yourself as, that is who control what your identity means and what your identity is altogether. That's the lick. You feel me? Like it ain't even no. That's what it is. That's what it is. You the authority come from the author. You gotta write your own law. If you don't want nobody telling you what to do, you gotta declare your own status and standing. You gotta know where you is at. And a lot of y'all gave up on y'all self though. I can see that shit. I see it with my own eyes. A lot of y'all, yeah, and the sad part about it is y'all think y'all free. But y'all ain't never known freedom. Y'all ain't never known true emancipation. Y'all ain't never known it. Because they ain't never gave it. It been trickery all this time, all these years. Trickery and lies, man. Trickery and lies. They ain't been telling the truth about shit, man. But they can't hide everything because you still got survivors. So the other side of the story is, so on one side you got the United States telling you they side of history or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then you got the survivors. They got their own history now. They got their own memory. Come on now. These people got their own. These people got their own history. And I find it fascinating that people don't even want to know. Be smashing these up. You're not going to never figure out what's going on if you don't ask questions. And while you're asking, you need to be researching to motherfucking validate the answers that you're getting. Most people never question their rights. They never question their citizenship. They think they free because they don't have to. But you ain't free, G. You need permission from them to do anything, everything. If they can take you to jail, you ain't free. Just because you ain't in jail don't mean you free. If you scared of them telling you what to do, you ain't free. Freedom, emancipation, and motherfucking liberty is knowing that can't no another man on this bitch tell you how to be inclined in your own thoughts and actions. They can't give you no permissions or none of that shit. So what these people is doing is they is using fake laws. They using fake laws. Fake laws. If you're using fake laws to govern people, how you a real government? I mean, shit, we got them saying this. Not me. I just read what they saying. Feel me? This is what they saying. How could a real government use fake law? I didn't even know that was a real thing until I actually seen it for myself in the law dictionary. Fake law. Huh? Now I understand. Now I understand. Because I asked questions. Not just any questions. I asked the right questions. But I didn't wait on the answers all the time. Sometimes I went and found, as I research, I come up with more questions. And it's been this way for 30 years. I'm going to be 40 this year. Big 4-0. But yeah, shit, that's all shit. I just wanted to record this real quick, man. You feel me? I see y'all ain't liking the video anyway. I'm finna get off. But yeah, that was the question for why are you about to celebrate the 4th of July? Is it because of peer pressure? Is it because you don't got nothing better to do? Is it because you just like, fuck it, I don't even care? I don't even care what the answer is. I just want to know. I want to know. I want to hear from the people who it do matter to. Like, damn, I ain't even know that. Like, damn, I ain't even know. Because black people think they black and they looking for their ancestors somewhere in motherfucking Africa somewhere or some shit. If they don't never wake up and realize that they really American Indians, and you can find your ancestors in your genealogy. Do it make a difference? Hell fucking yeah, it make a difference. Because if you could trace your bloodline back to this soil here, oh yeah, they really can't tell you what the motherfucking do then. And they owe you. Nigga. That's why they don't want you to know your proper status, your correct status. They don't come out and tell it to you. But if you find out what it is and you correct your status, they'll honor it. If you do your genealogy and find out that your ancestors is Indians over here and was part of the genocide due to the hands of the federal government, yeah. Correct your status and get and become recognized like they recognized. They owe you. We was already supposed to be born, from what I heard, however many pounds you was when you was born, that's how many bars of gold they owe you. I haven't been able to validate that, but I like that. That's a pretty good idea. Cause, and then you got black people talk about they want to be paid reparations, right? But they willing to accept Federal Reserve notes as payment. If you gonna pay a motherfucker reparations, you need to be getting paid in gold or silver, nigga. They setting y'all up for more servitude by accepting that shit. Y'all like, yeah, I want my reparations. They like, yeah, sign right here that say you black and you was always black and your and your ancestors was always black and you waiving any other rights for this little shit. They like, shit, they giving out 100,000 per person. I'm signing that. I ain't signing that shit. Fuck y'all. Y'all gonna recognize me and my proper heritage, and then my ancestors then died on the battlefield against these bitches for me to join them. Is y'all crazy? Hell no, I know my ancestors. I can't speak for everybody's ancestors. Y'all ancestors was probably some hoes or something. Y'all ancestors probably was some bitches, the ones telling on my ancestors. You never know, you know? Everybody ancestor played a part. Everybody don't come from royalty, and everybody don't come from motherfucking a warrior class either. So when they say we black people come from kings and queens, shit, not all of us don't. So y'all can stop with that shit. Everybody don't come from that's why it's a king. Fuck you should talk about. Everybody don't come from that same cloth, man. That's quality. That's a rare. That's so in that DNA, in that royal DNA, all of that intelligence is still in that DNA. So it don't matter if it's 5 generations down the line. That supremacy is still in that blood. And just like in that movie Black Panther, Wakanda, if you a long lost royal member of a family, you could always come back and reclaim your heritage. I'm glad they even put that in that movie. Wasn't expecting it to be that deep because I almost didn't watch that shit at first, but I'm glad I did. I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, and I watched it like 3 times, matter of fact, because the movie got a lot of significance in it. So Killmonger couldn't claim his royal seat unless he was properly asked, "Who are you?" And that's the same question the police is asking you when they want your ID. Who are you? So that's the same question Big Tezo asking your motherfucking ass right now. Before you even get it in your head that you finna celebrate some shit that ain't even for you. Who are you? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who your ancestors are? I ain't talking about believe. Miss me with that belief shit. I'm talking about, do you know who you are? Because if you let the police tell you who you are, they going to tell you some shit that they control, that they made up, that they regulate, and that they subjugate. And they going to get down on you. But that's if you letting other people identify you. How much intelligence, how much discipline, how much discernment, how much sincerity. Peace, family. How much sincerity do you have for your own self to make this investment in your own self-knowledge for matters moving forward? We all made mistakes in the past. I was born black. But not no more. Now that I know what that means, I don't identify with that. I identify from that. Like, well, if I'm standing in a group of black people, the police, they gonna say those black guys over there. They not gonna know my status. They not gonna know what it is until they fuck around and find out. You fuck around and find out that do not detain list is real. Because out of this whole group that I'm standing with, I'll look black, but that's not how I identify myself. The status correction your knowledge, your spirit and your knowledge gotta align and be one with this knowledge, because these people play a very tricky game when it comes to words. This is all about words, linguistics, language, logistics, logic, logos, signs, and symbols. That's what this is all about. If they able to trick you, they gonna get away with it, and they gonna get their money, and they not gonna feel bad because they getting money. Let's throw that in there. They do not feel bad because they getting paid. That mean they missionaries then. They not. They basically, your identity is the most important information that we have at our disposal. Because if your identity is correct, they know they fucked up. If your identity is in error in any way, and they hoping your shit is bogus, you hear me? The police want to know who you are immediately. They ain't got time to be fucking with you just to come find out you're a diplomat. Or you. So this is the game that they playing. It's about rank. If you outrank them, then they fucked up. If they feel out they outrank you, they pick on you. That's how they society work. All of they secret societies work the same way. Orders come from the top. So y'all is really, y'all as be y'all be blowing me with this voting shit because y'all see these as some scumbags on both sides. Well, that's because the government, that's their government. That ain't never been our government. The whole civil rights movement is evidence that we should have never joined they motherfucking government. Never. We should have never did it. We shouldn't have never done it. That allowed them to fuck shit up so much better than it already was. And it could have been probably a whole lot better if we would have went a different direction. But it's cool though. Cause I fuck with the civil rights movement because they was doing something versus not doing nothing. But they was still being misled and misguided. You know what I'm saying? But also before I even got on, this is what I was thinking about, y'all. Our people always been tribal. Okay. 1492. Columbus get over here, his goofy ass fuck around and find our ancestors over here barbecuing like we always do. You feel me? We barbecuing and shit. Christopher Columbus find us as tribal people. We've always been tribal. So fast forward to today, now they calling tribes gangs. Now they calling nations and tribes. Y'all is letting them call our shit gangs. Street gangs. None of the leaders of any of these organizations have ever called them gangs in the beginning. They was all nations. Tribes. So the government is intentionally sabotaging us because that has been their agenda since they got here. And they still here. And they telling y'all to come join us and y'all doing it. For that money, y'all doing that shit. Our people been doing that for the longest, going to joining them. And that's why the rest of the world right now don't know that separation between them and us. Because we join them. We was never supposed to join them. Because as y'all can see, the government really full of a lot of black motherfuckers. Now, let's keep this shit 100. Now, we gonna keep it 1,000. Now, we can't keep blaming everything on these Caucasian folk. Because if black people wanted to be that gangster, we could really clean this shit up. It's a lot of black people in government, and it's a lot of them in law enforcement. It's a lot of black judges. It's a lot of black state's attorneys. It's a lot of black mayors. It's a lot of black police chiefs. It's a lot of black power, but is they using it? It ain't using their power. They following orders. They ain't using no motherfucking powers. They ain't on no rebellious shit. They not on no Harriet Tubman shit. They not on no Frederick Douglass shit, nigga. They not on no Malcolm X shit, nigga. They on some house Negro shit. They on some, am I getting paid this Friday shit? That's it. They don't get no fuck that they messing up our communities. You locking up people out of that house, that house, that house, that house. That's a dad gone. That's a dad gone. That's a dad gone. That's 3 houses broke up on 1 block. Then they come to the other side of the street and take 6 people off this side of the street. They go to the next block and do the same thing. They've been doing this for years, decades, centuries. And it's because they need to try to keep this land. I see a lot of people talk bad about Donald Trump. If that's your personal preference, then cool, so be it. But from what I can see, Donald Trump returning things to how it's supposed to be, at least on paperwork. Cause this shit y'all is letting go on is woo. Man, I'm talking about y'all see how these people is y'all see how these black people is dogging out Donald Trump. When Donald Trump the one exposing all this child pornography and shit. In the government that they voting for though. So the people that they voting in is some chomos, some pedos, liars, cheaters, all that. And y'all vote, y'all giving them consent to govern over you though. You want people like that to be in control over you though. But you say you free. So if you a voter, you ain't free. Let's just put that out there right now, like flat out. You ain't free. If you voting, you ain't free. So which one y'all want, black people? Y'all want to be free or y'all want to vote? I think that's a valid question. I think voters think that they free. Well, you do realize that the whole point of voting is so you could put your 2 cents in who finna tell you what to do, right? Right? So you free, you want liberty, you want human rights, you want dignity, you want real money, you want sovereignty, you want all this shit. But you out here voting for people to tell you what to do? Huh? Is that free? Is that free? Do people think that that's free? I need to know. I'm gonna post it. Because I need to know. Why do you think you're free? I don't know. Somebody else post it. And then tag me in it. Because for some reason, people don't comment in my posts. I might get a few likes. They don't. I want to know. I want to know, like, do people think they free in America? I don't know about other places. In America, do you think you free over here in this motherfucker? Because my next question, but first I need to know that. Do you think you free over in this motherfucker? Do you think you in liberty or even at liberty? And do you think you emancipated? My third question. And then I'm going to ask why. That's going to be my fourth question. I want to know. I want to know why black people think they so motherfucking free. I want to know. I want to know why black people think they free in America. Cause it's my prerogative. And I want to know. Yeah. But that's just about the gist of it. I think I got everything out, though. I think I got everything I wanted to say out, man. Hey, thanks for the gifts and likes, too, man. I seen you come in here, dropping that sauce like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, love. That's Vet right there. I see you. Sentient Soul. You changed your name. Sentient Being. I'm a flesh and blood. I went in court and beat the state's attorney. I got the state's attorney to nully prize the case. Cause I went in the courtroom. I went in there 3 times and I told them I'm a flesh and blood, living and breathing man, a sentient being. I ain't the defendant in the case, and I don't understand. You talking about what you don't understand? I don't understand none of this shit. I was a shorty still. I ain't know half as much as I know now, but I knew not to get them no agreement. My problem was I was on parole. See what I'm saying? I was on parole. I got caught with a pipe. So the judge got in my business. Good old Thaddeus Wilson. And he black. Nigga, fucking That nigga blacker than charcoal. Fuck is you talking about? Not only is he black, this motherfucker got a picture of Martin Luther King in the courtroom with him, hanging right behind him on the door. When I first seen him, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. My nigga right there. Nigga, no, nigga. That nigga blacker than the chair he sitting on, and he passing out football numbers. If you go in Thaddeus Wilson courtroom and you got caught with a pipe, he was stretching you. Better cop out. So I did. I fought that shit for a minute in the county because I was on parole. And basically, he hit me with a parole violation that made me stay locked up. And basically, he was telling the state's attorney in the code, like in the code talk, like basically like, you ain't got to do this. We can clean this up type of shit. And they railroaded me. Cause I guess like he was looking at me like he don't know what the fuck he talking about for real. Like he just in here winging it. But on that third court date, that state's attorney came in there and said he want to nolly price the case. Ain't no agreement, ain't no understanding, and this was before I even knew to ask questions and shit. I'm not finna agree to that shit though. None of that. I don't want to be here. We don't got an agreement on nothing. We don't have an agreement in this courtroom on anything. I did that. He also had me to go see a psych doctor and shit for doing that. They call it BMX when you at court, behavioral health examination. BMX make you go talk to the psych people to see if you fit to stand trial. Bitch, I ain't stupid. I don't know all the games that y'all in this bitch playing, but I know it's a game being played, and I ain't in agreement with it. Beat that case. My mama, state's attorney. I still remember, cause I looked over and I seen the little nerd white boy. He came in skinny as hell, looking like a fucking geek. I beat him. He put him in a cell with me. That is the thing, man. Y'all letting these people make these decisions about y'all life, man, and they not even willing to get on a battlefield right next to you, man. That ain't no government, man. That's a boss. That's a leader of a corporation. A motherfucker that don't want to do the work and want you to do it. Hell no. That's the difference between y'all weak ass government and the government we had. Nigga, our kings and our chiefs used to ride on horseback right with our warriors. And if they die in battle, they get returned to the tribe on their shield. That's how you get an honorable burial if you was died in battle. This shit they got going on, they is sending kids off to unalive each other from boardrooms and shit. They sitting up there in suits talking about, yeah, I declare war against you. They on the screen with a motherfucker who they into it with, and instead of them settling their differences like men, one-on-one fade or something, they dragging armies into disagreements. I mean, I don't know, man. Human consciousness, y'all is funny as hell sometimes, boy. Because for y'all to swear y'all smart, a lot of the decisions that free people is making make Tezo question. It make me question. Y'all saying y'all free, but you voting a person to control you. Is you cool? I'll just get on here and heart check a motherfucker real quick, cause I swear, bro, cause y'all finna celebrate that 4th of July shit anyway. I fuck around and get out there and go have me a good time anyway, just out the simple strength. Anyway, still, just cause I've been in the crib, I'm finna pop out. I'm finna go outside. I'm finna have me a good ass time. Cause I'm in my own, celebrate my own independence. Cause I fought for my shit. Same way the originators of the 4th of July, same way how they fought for their independence. And what they really telling motherfuckers is, hey, we fought for this independence. And you black motherfuckers, y'all ain't fight for this independence, but you want to be a part of us. All right, you can come be a part of us. You gonna sweep these motherfucking floors. You finna do dishes. You finna cook our food. You finna do all that. But you never, ever, ever gonna be in a real position of power in a society. Ever. They gonna make you think it is. You don't never see no black police just crash the fuck out like, I'm sick of this shit. It's been going on too long. Yo. Hey, you don't never see no shit like that though. They got their ass in check. They got them. They got them under control. What they call it. Y'all better be careful where y'all pledge y'all allegiance at, man. For real. So I get on here and talk like this because I ain't scared of waking up and losing my job. They can't fire me. They not paying me to not tell y'all. Fuck is you talking about? It's people being paid not to make sure y'all don't know the truth. And y'all voting for some of them. My mama, nigga. On my mama. Y'all is voting for motherfuckers that ain't doing y'all no good. And one of the goofies that y'all voted for, they put him up there cause he a darker skin than all the other presidents. And they just knew y'all was gonna fall for that shit, and y'all did. Y'all failed, right? Y'all ate it up. Oh shit, we got a black president. Oh, y'all can't tell us shit now. Still slaves. Obama got rich as fuck off you niggas though. He was already a lawyer. He was already a lawyer. Hey, so he was gonna get paid anyway. But he got rich as fuck. Fuck the president office. Nigga, when that nigga Obama ran for president, had he been a king, if he was a king, and he got treated like that same treatment, yeah, black people treated Obama like a king. Yeah. They made blood rich as fuck because he was the first one. They already knew. This is what I'm saying, man. Y'all fell right for the trap because they saw how y'all was acting during the civil rights movement. They already know, like put our cousin up there. They like, who, Obama? Yeah, make him the president. Watch how rich we get. And it happened. Black people fell right for it. What? A black At first, they tricked y'all. They told y'all it's going to be either a female or a nigga. Oh, so then they gave y'all a dark-skinned president, but his ass was in it, but he gay. Hey, they gave y'all as first black president, put the first rainbow flag on the White House, and he went harder for LGBTQ rights than he ain't free no niggas. Fuck you talking about, nigga? Who Obama? Who Obama? He ain't free Larry Hoover either, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? And he from Chicago. And I see, look, this how you know shit fucked up. I see motherfuckers that love Larry Hoover, but they hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump pardoned Larry Hoover. These motherfuckers love Obama, and Obama left Larry in the cell. And I'm trying to figure it out. You gotta be observant out here, bro. Thing I don't like about black people is because when it comes to government, they don't know shit. Very little. Truth. Very little. Sad. Black people use emotions and feelings in government, not real civilian knowledge. I think most black people will fail a civics test. Shit, I just seen a sheriff that said he don't know law. And he a fucking sheriff. He probably went to public school too. I'm willing to put my life on it. I bet you his ass went to public school. He went to public school, then he got hired as a sheriff. They trained him to do that job. He been doing that job ever since, and he don't know shit. Because they ain't teaching. And he don't want to learn on his own, because guess what? Shit, him get paid good. That's house nigga shit. He ain't, see what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm out of here though, man. I ain't want shit. I ain't really want too much, man. I just wanted to record that real quick, get that off my chest, so I could write this when I'm finna write. I'm finna write something. I'm finna write some shit. I hope y'all have a good day. I mean, I don't know what else to really say. Thanks for joining the live, Sentient Soul. I appreciate you. Much love and light. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the heart and the shares and everything. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be going live. I'll just be jumping on this bitch sometime. I really should be going live like every day. Probably build a following or something. I don't know. But I don't know. So, thank you for your service to the country. It's going to be what it is until it ain't.